Before you scroll away, pause for a moment. Someone's heart is quietly tied to you, and the universe brought you here so you could finally understand why. Right now, in this very moment, there is a man whose heart beats a little faster every time your image enters his mind. You may not fully see it yet. You may not completely understand how deeply he feels, the way his soul carries quiet emotions when your name drifts through his thoughts. But there is something important. You need to know, something that has been waiting for the perfect moment to gently reveal itself. This man is deeply, genuinely, and fully in love with you. Before you scroll further, I need you to take a small step of faith. Breathe, quiet your mind, and feel this truth. The angels are speaking to you through this message. They're showing you the love he feels, but also asking you to see clearly, without fear, without doubt, and without confusion. Right here, right now, you are being invited to open your heart. Dear soul, you are welcome to this significant and ordained moment. Your presence here is not coincidental, and these words have come to you for a purpose. The heavens have directed your path to this message because the angels wish to communicate with your heart directly. There is a vital understanding you must grasp, one meant to offer clarity instead of fear. The message is both simple and profound. This man genuinely loves you with heartfelt sincerity and depth. Yet there is another woman linked to his life. It is essential for you to comprehend what this implies before confusion, doubt, or emotional distress takes root in your spirit. Before we proceed, I urge you to act in faith by taking a moment to make a declaration in the comments. I believe in God, or I love God. This is not merely a comment. It is a solemn affirmation. By expressing these words, you open your heart and spirit to receive divine wisdom and guidance. Faith comes alive through such spoken affirmations. If you are joining us for the first time, know that this space is dedicated to divine messages, angelic insight, and prophetic understanding. It is a sanctuary where truth resonates with the heart. I invite you to subscribe, enable notifications, and remain engaged, for every message shared here is designed to draw you closer to God's truth and plan for your life. Beloved, the angels are conveying an urgent message now. Indeed, this man loves you, and his feelings are authentic. His heart is drawn to you in ways that transcend easy explanation. When he is near you, his spirit experiences calmness and safety. His joy flourishes in your presence, and even in moments apart, his thoughts return to you. You occupy a special place in his heart that is neither casual nor superficial. However, the presence of another woman necessitates your understanding beyond the surface to safeguard yourself from emotional turmoil or spiritual disquiet. This message is not intended to wound you or diminish your strength. Rather, it seeks to fortify you and enhance your discernment. The heavens desire that you understand whether this connection represents a genuine covenant or merely a distraction that could hinder or delay the love God has destined for you. Reflect on Matthew 6 verse 33. But seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. By prioritizing God above emotions, desires, and fears, clarity will emerge. God consistently reveals truths about people and relationships when you center him in your life. Beloved, affirm this in the comments as an act of faith. I seek God first. This declaration serves to guard your heart against deception and emotional entrapment. The angels impart this crucial wisdom. Love can indeed be real, but divided loyalty serves as a warning that must not be overlooked. True covenant love does not require you to compete for a place in someone's heart. It never positions you to question your worth or belonging. Proverbs 18 verse 22 reminds us, "He who finds a wife finds a good thing and receives favor from the Lord." If this man truly perceives you as the one God has ordained for him, His actions will mirror that belief. Words alone are insufficient. Love can be genuine, yet loyalty may be divided. Alignment is vital. It is possible that this other woman shares a history with him, or that he feels a sense of responsibility due to shared circumstances. Beloved, do not mistake obligation for destiny. While obligation can ensnare someone, destiny flows with clarity and peace. What God ordains, He paves the way for. Isaiah 43 verse 19 states, "See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland." If this connection is indeed from God, no competing presence can obstruct it. Assert this faith in the comments. God's plan will stand. This affirmation will protect you from fear and doubt. The angels implore you to observe His actions rather than solely His words. Does He openly discuss a future with you? Does He maintain your emotional space by establishing clear boundaries with others? Or does He leave you in a state of waiting, uncertainty, and confusion, offering expressions of affection while His loyalty remains uncertain? Recall 1 Corinthians 14 verse 33, "For God is not the author of confusion, but of peace." If your heart remains in turmoil and clarity eludes you, this connection may not represent a covenant. Beloved, embrace this truth earnestly. God is not asking you to accept a partial heart. Covenant love is whole, consistent, faithful, and dependable. When the man chosen for you fully enters your life, you will not doubt your worth. You will not wonder if another woman is in the background. You will know your place, as the peace of heaven will guard your heart. Boldly declare this in the comments. I will not settle for less than God's best. This statement affirms your value in the spiritual realm. The angels also want to remind you that temptation surrounds every heart. The existence of another woman does not automatically signify betrayal. At times, it represents a test for him to choose truth, integrity, loyalty, and covenant, and a test for you to discern whether to trust God's guidance rather than striving to fulfill your desires through your own might. Psalm 37 verse 23 states, "The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord." If he is genuinely the right person for you, his journey will lead away from confusion and toward clarity. Beloved, reflect honestly. Does His love draw you closer to God, or does it lead you into anxiety, overthinking, and emotional unrest? True love, sent from heaven, mirrors God's character. It nurtures faith rather than weakening it, brings peace rather than turmoil, and uplifts your spirit rather than depleting it. State this truth in the comments. True love builds, not breaks. Let this understanding anchor your heart in discernment. The angels impart this final insight. You do not need to pursue anyone, plead for loyalty or clarity, or struggle for your position in someone's life. If you are indeed the one chosen, heaven will make it unmistakable, and His actions will consistently align with His words. Trust in this promise. As Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6 reminds us, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge Him, and He will direct your paths. When you place your complete trust in God, He will guide you not into confusion, but rather into clarity and peace. Even in matters of love, it is essential to prioritize your trust in God over your emotions. While feelings can be intense, they do not always serve as reliable guides. Your own thoughts may tempt you with the notion, wait a little longer, He will choose me. However, God may tenderly counsel, wait for the one who does not keep you waiting, the one who is present, clear, and genuinely willing. Dear one, affirm this now in faith. I trust God above my feelings. This assertion is not a sign of weakness. It is a safeguard. It protects your heart from emotional pitfalls that may appear hopeful but ultimately lead to sorrow. Take a moment to pause, breathe deeply, and calm your thoughts. Remember your identity. You are cherished, a beloved child of God, seen and chosen by heaven. You are not merely an option awaiting a decision. You embody a covenant promise made with intention. You are not a secondary choice. You were never intended to languish in uncertainty. You are someone's answered prayer, not a mere question mark. If the man you care for truly loves you as the angels suggest, heaven will not allow another woman to occupy that space for long. God does not orchestrate delays in matters of covenant. If this man is not destined for you, God reveals the truth early, not to harm you but to protect you. This is why maintaining a posture of prayer is crucial. Keep your spirit receptive. Seek God daily for clarity between what is genuine and what is counterfeit. Sometimes, what appears to be love on the surface can distract you from what is truly meant for you. What God ordains brings with it peace, faith, and clarity, even if it challenges your comfort. If this message resonates with you, express your agreement by liking it. If you haven't already, subscribe to Angel's Whisper to receive ongoing guidance, clarity, and truth. To affirm this message, proclaim boldly in the comments, "Blessed and ready." This declaration signifies your readiness to embrace God's best, beloved soul. The angels now guide us further, emphasizing that this message is about discernment and wisdom, not just feelings. How can you discern if this man is genuinely your covenant partner, or if God is asking you to step back and receive the one who is truly yours? Observe his actions, his fruit, rather than solely relying on his words. Jesus taught us in Matthew 7 verse 20, "By their fruits you will know them." A man may profess his love, but do his actions reflect consistency, respect, and honor? Does he safeguard your heart, or does he leave you vulnerable to emotional doubt and uncertainty? Words can be effortlessly spoken, yet true love reveals itself through actions over time. If his deeds align with his words, then there is authenticity in his affection. However, if his words express love while his actions exhibit hesitation, divided loyalty, or secrecy, it is necessary to pause and reflect. Make this a personal commitment with full awareness. I will prioritize actions over mere words. Another means of discerning genuine love is to tune into the energy of your connection. Authentic covenant love fosters peace, security, and emotional safety. It should never lead you to question your worth, second-guess your place, or compare yourself to anyone else. The scriptures affirm that God is the source of peace, not confusion. If you find yourself trapped in a cycle of uncertainty, perpetually questioning your standing, know that this turmoil is not from heaven. It stems from your emotions wrestling for clarity. Peace serves as the unmistakable hallmark of divine love. Consider also the element of sacrifice. Love originating from heaven is selfless. It does not demand that you settle for less than you deserve, nor does it request you to share what should remain sacred. A true partner willingly relinquishes distractions, temptations, and anything that detracts from your bond. Genuine love entails sacrifice. It requires effort, a willingness to set aside comfort, and compromises that uplift rather than diminish. Affirm this now. I deserve a love characterized by sacrifice, not compromise. Next, consider the aspect of vision. Does he include you in his future plans? Does he speak openly about building a life together? Or does he leave the future uncertain? Covenant love progresses with shared purpose and clarity. It does not hide behind excuses or obstruct transparency. Declare with conviction, I will walk with one whose vision aligns with mine. Alignment with God is a crucial sign. A man may express love, but if that love pulls you away from your purpose, from prayer, or from spiritual growth, it is not covenant love. True love draws you nearer to God, to purity, and to your calling. Prioritize the kingdom of God, and all else will fall into alignment. If His presence prompts you to seek God less rather than more, then His love is not from heaven. Courage is another essential element in choosing. Many men may claim love, yet only a few possess the courage to act upon it. A covenant partner does not obscure you, hesitate in choosing, or keep you as an option. A man who genuinely desires you will choose you openly and without fear. Assert with conviction, "I will not be a second choice." Consistency over time is a significant measure as well. Infatuation can be fleeting. Genuine love is steadfast, grounded, and unwavering. If he is warm one moment and distant the next, or present at times but absent others, that inconsistency serves as a warning. A double-minded heart is unstable, and heaven will never prompt you to build a covenant on unstable foundations. Allow this truth to take root. If you are the one God has ordained for Him, every competing attachment, rival presence, and source of confusion will be eliminated. His actions will confirm His intentions, and you will not need to seek loyalty or clarity. It will manifest organically through peace, courage, sacrifice, and consistency. Trust in God and remain anchored, for what is designed for you will never require you to forfeit your sense of self to attain it. However, if he is unable or unwilling to choose with clarity, heed the angel's counsel. Do not cling. Clinging to the wrong person only prolongs the arrival of the right one. God cherishes your heart and your time. He does not desire you to invest in what is not fully yours. Make this declaration: I will wait for God's best, not settle for a man's half-hearted effort. You were never intended to vie for a man's attention or feel insecurity born from comparison. You were created to be chosen freely, honored publicly, and cherished without doubt. Anything less than this is not covenant love. It is confusion, and confusion does not emanate from God. Place your hope in the promise that those who trust in the Lord will regain their strength. They will soar like eagles, run without fatigue, and walk without faltering. When your hope rests in God rather than in a man, He fortifies you, and in His perfect timing, you will ascend into the love prepared for you without struggle, comparison, or compromise. If this message speaks to your heart, share it to extend clarity to others in need. Proclaim with conviction, "Blessed and ready. For I am blessed, I am ready, and heaven's best is already prepared for me." One of the most profound signs of God's love is how He removes counterfeit influences before they can disrupt your destiny. At times, rejection serves as divine protection. Experiencing loss can be painful, yet it can also shield you from heartbreak, confusion, and years wasted in unfulfilling relationships. If a man is genuinely meant to be part of your life, the universe will protect that bond without requiring you to struggle. Conversely, if he isn't, divine intervention will prevent you from remaining in a cycle that robs you of peace and joy. Imitation love gradually undermines your confidence and faith, while authentic covenant love enriches your life, providing wholeness and security. Assert this decision: I choose love that gives life. God employs various means to eliminate counterfeits from your life. Often, He unveils hidden truths, secrets, conflicting loyalties, or patterns that diverge from the essence of covenant love. These insights aim not to shame you, but to liberate you. Once illuminated, everything comes into clarity. At times, God may also close certain doors. Communication may dwindle, the man may distance himself, or circumstances may shift unexpectedly. This may hurt, but remember, it is a form of protection, not rejection. Have faith that closed doors are part of divine safeguarding. Occasionally, You might feel a sense of restlessness in your spirit around certain individuals, even when all appears well. That unease is the Holy Spirit subtly advising you, this is not for you. Peace signifies God's affirmation. Without it, genuine covenant cannot exist. Timing serves as another protective measure. A man might care for you deeply, yet may not be prepared for a covenant relationship. Distractions, fears, or immaturity could hinder the connection. Remember, waiting is not a form of rejection. Rather, it is preparation. Proclaim resolutely, I will wait for what is truly meant for me. God always replaces removed counterfeits with something superior. Although counterfeit love might seem appealing, it pales in comparison to what heaven has designed. God knows who will pray with you, honor you, protect you, and share a common purpose. A true covenant partner will not introduce conflict, insecurity, or compromise into your calling. Everything aligned with heaven uplifts, shields, and fortifies you. When a man's love is genuine, it manifests through peace, consistency, courage, and a willingness to sacrifice for your union. You won't need to compete or plead for clarity. Divine design never compels you to compromise your self-worth or remain in confusion. Your heart is sacred, and God esteems it. Trust in Him, wait with faith, and recognize that every trial, delay, or closed door brings you closer to the covenant love that is yours. The right partner will resonate with God, exhibit integrity, honor your worth, and embrace you without reservation. Embrace this truth, declare it, and live from a place of conviction. Heaven has already prepared your blessing, and anything less than covenant love will not provide satisfaction for the heart God has shaped for you. As Jeremiah 29 verse 11 reassures us, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Your future does not reside within false connections or muddled relationships. It is securely anchored in a promise authored by God Himself. Beloved, allow your heart to calm and rest in this truth. The man destined for you will never position you in a scenario where you must compete with another woman. He will not disrupt your inner tranquility nor sow seeds of doubt about your value. He will wholly choose you, love you openly, and walk beside you with loyalty and intention. This is the kind of love God is forging for you, not one fraught with questions, anxiety, or emotional fatigue. Therefore, if you find yourself in circumstances involving another woman, do not succumb to panic or chase after what may not be right. Do not let fear dictate your actions. Instead, redirect your heart toward prayer. Ask God for clarity and truth. Request Him to remove all that does not belong in your life. Seek wisdom and discernment, not through insecurity and fear. James 1 verse 17 gently reminds us that every good and perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of heavenly lights. What God grants will never require the sacrifice of your peace to retain it. Marriage is one of those sacred gifts, and God does not disguise His blessings in confusion, pain, jealousy, or constant worry. He does not bestow counterfeits masquerading as promises. Beloved, affirm this truth in your heart now, and feel free to declare it aloud if prompted. I will not fight for what is false. I will wait for what is promised. Let these affirmations take root deeply in your spirit and guide your perception of love. The angels are softly imparting this wisdom to you now. Love should never strip you of your peace. If it deprives you of dignity, weakens your faith, or drains your joy, it is not a divine gift. True love always honors God and, in turn, honors you. Therefore, do not fear if God removes what you believe to be love. Remain steadfast if another woman appears to interfere. What belongs to you cannot be taken away, delayed indefinitely, or destroyed. Heaven itself safeguards it for you. When the moment is right, that love will enter your life with calm certainty, emotional safety, and a profound joy that feels assured rather than hurried. If this message resonates with your spirit, let your heart embrace it. Should you seek further guidance and encouragement, stay connected to messages that comfort and uplift you. You are being prepared now for a covenant that has already been established in heaven. You are blessed, and you are ready. Beloved soul, heed this message closely because the angels are speaking with clarity. If you discover that the man you cherish is conflicted, torn between you and another, it places you in a challenging emotional predicament, caught between your feelings and the inward prompting of your spirit to seek God's path. The first step is always to bring the matter to God before addressing it with Him directly. Too often, individuals rush into emotional dialogues without first seeking wisdom from heaven. Remember James 1 verse 19, which instructs us to be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to anger. By praying first, you invite God's wisdom to guide your responses, rather than reacting impulsively from pain, fear, or insecurity. Let this principle be your shield. Always pray before you speak. The next step is to seek God's discernment, rather than simply pursuing your desires. Desires can make you eager for connection because of the emotional bond.